Welcome to the React DataGrid component tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to bind data to the React DataGrid from local JSON and remote data sources, like OData v4. First, I'll open my existing React application where I have already added the basic code to render the DataGrid component. If you want to learn how to get started with the React DataGrid, check out the video linked in the card, or description. Here, I had created a new JS file under the src folder and defined the JSON array. I imported this JSON array into the app.jsx file and populated the data grid by binding it to the property data source. To display only the required columns in the grid, I declared the columns directive with the customization for only those columns. This way, you can bind the local JSON data to the data grid. But in real-world applications, most of the time, your grid will need to load data from remote services. So I will show you how to bind an external data source to the React DataGrid. To bind remote data, use Syncfusion's DataManager, which acts as a gateway for both local and remote data sources, and uses queries to communicate with the backend. I remove the old import statement for the local data source, and import the DataManager from Syncfusion EJ2Data. Then, create a constant to initialize it. Each data source uses a different way of accepting requests and sending back the response. You should mention the specific adapter based on the type of data source. Syncfusion provides different adapters to help the data grid work with various backend services. The OData v4 adapter is used for OData-based APIs, with the v4 version meant for newer OData services. The Web API adapter is designed for ASP.NET Web API endpoints. The URL adapter is used for custom REST APIs with HTTP POST. It is the appropriate adapter for all SQL, MySQL, and Entity Framework databases. The GraphQL adapter works with GraphQL services and helps fetch only the data fields you need. The Remote Save adapter improves performance by handling client-side operations like sorting and filtering, while sending only the actual CRUD operations to the server. Sometimes your backend may not follow any standard response format, or you may need to apply custom logic while sending or receiving data. In such cases, use a custom adapter. Pick one of the built-in adapters as your base. Override the methods you need like process response and then assign this custom adapter to the DataManager to shape the request or modify the response exactly the way your application requires. However, in this video, I will focus only on the OData v4 adapter. If you want to learn about the other adapters, you can refer to the Syncfusion documentation. Now let me show you how to bind an OData v4 service. This will return an object with a value array, which contains the data to be bound to the grid component. To connect the data grid to an OData v4 service, initialize the DataManager with the service URL and import the OData v4 adapter from Syncfusion EJ2Data. Specify the adapter as OData v4, so DataManager formats requests with OData keywords. Then, assign this DataManager instance as the grid's data source. Now, the grid automatically retrieves data from the service. You can also enable features like paging, sorting, and filtering using OData v4. If you'd like to learn how to enable these options, refer to the Getting Started video. Let's wrap up this video. In this video, I have shown you how to bind local JSON data to the React DataGrid and connect the grid to a remote OData v4 service using DataManager. If you'd like to explore other adapters such as Web API, URL, GraphQL, or Remote Save, please check the Syncfusion documentation. If you want to try out the example used in this video, download it from the GitHub link in the description below. I have also shared a link to learn how to obtain a free license key to use our React components through our community license if you are eligible. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to our channel,